Hey y'all, sorry I'm 24 hours late almost. What a day, just doing a lot of busy paperwork. Paperwork. Yes, so, I'm Carol, Bert is over there sitting down, he's my husband. And today, first of all, welcome to anybody who hasn't ever been here before. We're glad to have you. Come on in, check us out. Sometimes we do stuff funny, sometimes we do stuff serious. It really depends. Bring your coffee. There's a chair here for you. Just hit it when you see our video. And if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that button next to subscribe for the bell, you'll get all our videos when they come up. And then when you get a chance, you can just click on it and watch it. And please watch the whole video. It really helps us. And we appreciate that so much. That supports our channel, actually. Okay. Now, I have a new driving requirement that I heard of. And I actually heard about it a couple of months ago. And I don't know when this is supposed to come about. I believe it's only for certain states. I don't know why we do that anyway. But, excuse me. This is going to be a new driving requirement for seniors over 70. Yeah. Let me try to straighten this sucker out here. Okay. For seniors over 70. Okay. What I heard, and it was from a reputable source, was that they are going to somehow or other have a way. You have to have a paper from your doctor to bring in when you go to renew your license. If you're over 70. And if you have dementia or, gosh, I don't remember the whole list, but if you have certain things or you have to take certain medications because you have an illness or something like that. Anything that would be considered impairing your driving, I guess. So if you had epilepsy, if you had that's not controlled, if you have Alzheimer's disease, dementia, which is a part of dementia anyway, and I can't remember all of them, but it's stuff that mostly elderly people do eventually get at times, not always. Okay, but they are going to make you bring in a medical record from your doctor telling them that you are safe to drive even though you have whatever. And I thought about that. You know, truly, people with epilepsy, they should not drive at all. And I'll get into that in a minute. But, and also dementia, it can just, you snap your fingers and it could be different in 10 minutes. So, you never know. And, you know, it's really hard to give up your license when you're sick or over 70 if they don't want to give you one because you're used to driving all your life, you know. Like, I started driving, I was about 19. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. But I was 19, and I've always drove since then. I mean, I had to work, I had to go to school, I went to college. While I was at school, I took the kids to their practices, sometimes the grandkids. Excuse me. But I'm just saying, I want to get your opinion, what y'all think about this, especially if you're over 70 or close to it, and you are going to be renewing your license, whether it's this year, next year, whatever. I wanted to know who heard about it. Now, where I heard it from was Texas News. I'm pretty sure it was Texas News that I heard about it. Not 100% sure, but that's usually what we watch and stuff like that. So, anywho, I don't know how, I haven't figured out how I feel about that for the simple reason that because my son has grand mal seizures and he can't drive anymore, and he so wants to drive still, and he's 52, okay? But he has gotten to the point now where he realizes that he could get killed, he could kill somebody else. But since he settled down on that, and this came up, and I also belong to the Epilepsy Foundation online. And for the last probably 18 months, I've really been reading people's things they put down there and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people and a lot of people don't have their seizures controlled at all. And that's the majority of people, okay? Some have them controlled to a minimum, you know. And then some, they haven't had a seizure in several years. Well, people who haven't had a seizure in several years have gotten permission from their doctor to start driving again after so much time. Some people, it's 3 months, no seizure. You had to be seizure free. Some it's 6 months. And then there's other doctors that say it's a year, 3 years, whatever. But I have seen so many people on the epilepsy board and they even posted the car that they were in. And they said, a couple of them, that they hadn't driven in 7 years. They haven't had a seizure in 7 years. And so the doctor told them they could go out and drive. And the first time they went out to drive, they had a seizure behind the wheel. One lady had her little kids with her. And she said, I'll never drive again. I mean, that car was so crumpled up, God had to be watching all of them. Okay? And then one day, Bert and I, when we used to deliver people's pets for them, we were on the highway. And I can't even remember which one. I think 95. I-95 in Florida, probably. And for some reason, this guy next to us, he started weaving. And then I noticed his head was thrown back like this. And he hit the wall, kind of kitty corner. He hit the wall, the concrete barrier, whatever, and came right in front of us. Thank you, Jesus, we didn't get hit. And when he went in front of us, he went across the grass and into the trees. And I mean, there was a whole bunch of trees. I called 911 right away. I said, look, this guy looks like he had a seizure or something in the car. You know, you need to send somebody. I'm not familiar with this area, but this is the spot. Well, I was kind of upset about the whole thing because when we drove up a little further, you know, they said they were going to send somebody. When we drove up a little bit further, we happened to see a highway patrolman. So we flagged him down, and I opened my window. Bert was driving, and I said, listen, somebody had a seizure back there. I don't know if they dispatched it to you or what, but you need to go check on him because he went right in front of our car, and he was going at a high rate of speed into the trees. So I don't ever know what happened to that gentleman because we had to leave, and since help was there, you know, we thought that, you know, he would be okay, or we hope so. But anyway, there are several people on the epilepsy board because, as usual, teenagers who have epilepsy, they don't understand. They do not understand, why can't I drive? I want to drive again, you know, this and that. And there's so many people posting the pictures of their cars and this and that. So I don't advise anybody, I don't care how long you've been seizure-free, to get behind the wheel. Now, as far as dementia, dementia is to me, it's like the same thing. Because when you have a seizure, especially grand mal, or even the focal seizures where you just stare for a minute, it changes so fast that you don't know it's changing. Now, some people get an aura, and they say they do, before they get a seizure. My son don't. And so they can pull over if they can do it before the seizure comes, But you don't know that you could do that. And a lot of people post their cars on the epilepsy board so these younger people understand we're not trying to tell you what to do, we're trying to save your life. And that goes for dementia too. So I am in a quandary about this new law because people with dementia will get in their car and they will start driving. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about dementia when Bert got diagnosed last year because I knew squat about it, okay? Just squat. And so I started, following people who were caretakers for their father or mother or sometimes their sister and brother. Because some people get it early. They get it when they're 50, or less. A lot more people than I expected. But anyway, I don't know how I feel about this, though. I feel like they're trying to make the streets safer. I understand that, and we do need that. We need that more than anything. There's so many fatal accidents here in Texas that if they're not number one, I don't know who is. I mean, I listen to the scanner and I hear all this and it just tears me apart. Sometimes it's kids in there that are killed, and I'm talking little kids. But, so, reality, if you have somebody around who does have dementia and it's getting more and more advanced, I would definitely put the keys up because I have seen plenty of videos on YouTube where the person found the keys and took off in their car. Now, we laugh about it because most of them made it back home or they couldn't find home and the police found out, that they were lost or whatever, and they found them, thank God. So this law is good for that. I don't know what to say about it, though, because to me, it's kind of like we made this big old deal out of having the HIPAA law. And for those of you who don't know what the HIPAA law is, that is the little piece of paper they make you sign every time you go to the doctor that they ain't going to give your information to nobody unless you put their name down there, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's been a big deal. Parents can't even find out about their adult children. Like if I want to call my son's doctor and say, hey, he's been having a lot of seizures, blah, blah, blah. You know what she's going to tell me? And I know because I tried it, okay? She's going to say, well, I can't discuss his health with you, He's got to put your name on it. I said, my name is on it. So that, when she looked and the name was on it, then she would talk to me. But you can't even call. It used to be when your husband didn't get home from work on time or you were worried there was accidents, you start calling hospitals, right? Let me tell you, you can't do that no more. Because when you call them, they say, I can't tell you if he's here or not. So this is what I mean when I say they've made such a big deal out of HIPAA. I don't agree with HIPAA. I don't know how many people agree with HIPAA. And I'm sure many, many parents and grandparents who watch over their grandkids feel about this HIPAA law. But yet, we are not allowed as parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, to get any information about our loved ones, what they have, if they're sick, what it is. We can't get any information. But yet, they, at the Driver's Bureau, are now going to be able, or they will. I'm not sure if they passed it yet, okay? they would be able to, they have to get a certificate from the doctor saying that they think that it's safe enough for you to drive and the medicine you take is not messing you up, or you don't have seizures anymore, or your dementia's not progressed enough, or however. So tell me in the comments, all my seniors, or even the young people, let me know, what do you think about this requirement? Because it's going to be a requirement. Well, if they pass it. I think they passed it already out here, but I'm not positive. Okay, so what it is going to be is when you go in to get your driver's license, if you're over 70 or over, you are going to have to bring a statement from your doctor saying that you are free of any disease like dementia, epilepsy, whatever, and you're not a stroke risk. And I mean, how do we know this? The doctors really don't know that. You know, I mean, not for everybody. So, I mean, there's tons of people that get sick behind the wheel and they've never been sick before in their life. But let me know what you think. I am so eager to hear the comments about this. I really am, because I am going to have a hard time with Bert trying to get his license. I will tell you that. So, yeah. So I need all the feedback I can get with this. And, yeah. I don't know what to say about it, because I think it's a good thing, because you don't want people on the road driving dangerous. But heck, we got people on drugs driving the road. We have people taking CBD oil with THC in it driving, you know, and they're taking that for some other ailment or for their epilepsy or whatever, and they're still driving, you know. So if they want to, I would say if they're going to do this for the elderly people, then, and even though I think it is a good thing, don't get me wrong, I think they need to make sure that every single person who has a driver's license has a physical once a year and must turn in the medical record from the doctor saying that they were clean, they didn't do any drugs, they don't have anything that could cause them to have an accident, kill somebody and themselves too, you know. And you know how much time that's going to take and how much more the doctors are going to charge, you know. I mean, so what do we do in a case like that besides pray? When every time you get on the road, you need to be praying. Trust me. I see the way these people drive. I thought Chicago was horrible. I drove Chicago traffic half my life, okay? I had to work. Had to take the kids to where they needed to go, up and back. Now, it's just really, really sad. Really sad. We have people going down the exit ramp onto the freeway and hitting people head on. I mean, who does that? Anyway, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and what you think about the new requirement they're going to try to make or made or however it is, because I am very interested in finding out. In the meantime, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. We'd love to have you. Hit the bell so that you'll get all our videos if you would like to see some more stuff we come up with. And share us out. Share us out to your social media. And in the meantime, have a beautiful weekend. I love all y'all. Bye.